As producers, we're always creating for someone else. Beats for artists, samples for other producers, but what if that's just a box we've been put in? To find out, I set myself a challenge. Create a 4-song project in just 1 week, and most importantly, make the music I want to hear. The goal is simple, to show that we're more than just beat makers. Will it make your beats improve? Are they good enough to be listened to as songs? Or should you just stick to making stuff for artists? Let's find out. On day 1, I just wanted to get as many ideas out as I could, so I started playing around on my super sick synth. That is something. Was not intended, the sound kind of up, but it sounds so good. Now what I said there is actually so important. That imperfect moment gave an otherwise boring lead a lot of character. There's a Tyler the Creator quote that sums it up perfectly.
Create like a child and just edit like a scientist.
So keeping that in mind, we carried on creating like a child. From there, I added some processing, vocals, a bass, and we had our first idea. Idea 2, I want to sample. I struggled for a while looking for samples until I found this. Unbelievable. I extracted the vocals, built some chords around them, and even found the perfect sound very quickly. Before I knew it, we had idea number 2. At this point, it was almost halfway through the day, which started to set off a few alarm bells in my head. The only problem I've got is I've only made 2 ideas. So right now, for the next hour or so, I'm just gonna make stuff as quickly as I can, just gonna cook up, move on to the next, and get maybe 3 more at least done really quickly. Or so I thought. This is not, I don't like that one. Earlier, I had so much inspiration. Right now, I just don't know what the I'm doing. The hour time limit I'd set myself went from a fun little challenge to something that put a lot of pressure on me. Although I knew I had to keep going, so I did what any good producer would do and jumped on Splice. Maybe that's something. Around that vocal, I made a progression and added a bass line. That's it. Then to create something new, I went back on Splice and just layered a bunch of loops together. And with a few minutes to spare, I came up with one final idea. Whew. Halfway through the day with 5 ideas, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna take another break, come back in the afternoon and see what else we can make. So I've just come back and I've been listening to this idea we made. And I think we can build a nice theme of the project around this. Each song can kind of be about a different side of love. However, even with that sense of direction and purpose, I ran into the exact same problem as before. I ain't really mean to hurt you. I have no idea what I'm doing. I was forcing it. But here, it wasn't a time issue. I just boxed myself into a specific sound. So after a while, enough was enough. Honestly, I'm just gonna leave it because this is just not working for me right now at all. Let me just record that. Let me not waste time. For the choir, I just want to sing a bunch of random melodies. Oh, we're cooking. If I'm making a song, this needs to progress, so I think we need more vocals. Hope you're holding on to all of my love, holding on to what we want. After that, I made the main sound more anthemic and laid a big synth bass underneath. We're changing that bass. Oh my god, that's so good. Even though in retrospect that idea doesn't sound amazing, I was more so excited because I knew it was going to be special. So from there, I made the bass more linear, added a texture loop. Yeah. I did so many more little changes that made such a big difference. This is crazy, I'm not gonna lie, this is the perfect intro. Finishing that track felt big for the challenge. I'd actually completed a song and I was genuinely excited to go and listen to it in the car, which is something I never do with my beats. Gives me kind of a burial vibe. And from there, I spent the rest of this day finishing the track. I did a lot of processing, adding new sounds, until I hit a roadblock that was honestly make or break for this whole challenge. The biggest problem I'm having here is this is like a crazy beat, but how do we take this to the next level? I started by putting in a new intro with the piano. It sounded good, but doesn't really make the beat a song, until finally I had a eureka moment. That's unbelievable. It's always the accidents that sound crazy, like, oh my god. It's funny because, like I said there, it was an accident, but it actually ended up becoming a huge part of the sound across this whole project. And not only that, it also sparked the inspiration that turned our idea into a full-blown song. I recorded my own vocal layers, did some arrangement, leaving us with 2 pretty much done tracks after 2 days. As happy as I was with my progress, I wanted to make the songs more personal. The first real moments in my career where I felt like I was onto something was when I started working with artists like 451 and Cali Claire. They took a chance on my beats and that gave me such a boost to just keep going. So I began day 3 by using one of Cali's old unreleased acapellas to make a song and create that full circle moment.
Ain't no feeling like the feeling when I be on you.
I was getting a Dijon vibe, so I made the vocal very roomy, added distortion to the guitar, and we were starting to get somewhere. However, progressing it was more of a challenge. It's only when I changed to a different a cappella that everything started to click.
If I let my guard down, I would have a broken heart now.
Let's add an ARP. After that, I did a lot of automated effects, including the formant, which gave the vocals so much more life. I also figured out the bass line, and we had something crazy. And then came the drums, which posed a different problem as I was torn between so many different bounces. But once we had that 4 on the floor pattern with the vocal on top, I knew we were close. And as good as this sounded, especially now listening back, at the time I felt as though using a garage bounce would bring some more cohesion with the song we made the day before. Let's see if we're gonna go back to garage. I automated the tempo because our intro needed to be slow, but those drums had to be quicker. And after some more tweaking and mixing, we had another track done. Might be hard. 3 days, 3 songs was good going, meaning we only needed 1 more track. Although I realized one thing I completely overlooked could throw a spanner in the works. We haven't got Empty cleared yet, so we may have to change the vocals and mess with that, but that can be tomorrow if things don't go to plan. Then I added some very reverbed out drums. It's fire, but it's just a beat. If we add some vocals, it can turn into a song 100%. So I did just that, searching for the perfect vocal until I found it. Moving on from that, I tried a bunch of stuff, adding my own vocals, distortion to the keys, and even a heavy synth bass. But none of them really worked. Now, whilst that was the case, it's interesting to watch back because I was almost foreshadowing what I wanted to do. I just needed to do all of those things that didn't work to eventually get to the point where I needed to be. So I've had the idea to bounce out a section of the beat. I want to create a drop, kind of like this Jamie Mover song. I need a disgusting bass. From there, I added in this vocal for the drop and made the drums more present to match the distorted synths. But still, it needed work. I wanted this track to feel huge, including the drums, so I added more layers. And finally, for the morning session, I chopped the vocals even more. Now at this point on day 2, I was struggling to turn my idea into a song, but after getting over that barrier once, it felt a lot easier this time round. And we just add in a lead. After that, it was a case of doing some processing, arranging, and our final song was done. It definitely felt like a big relief, but the challenge was far from over. As producers, we're never really involved past a certain point of the process. Stuff like the title, album cover, and even the mastering, but I still had to do all 3. Now the title was the easiest part. From the beginning, I'd had the song saved as Love and Its Many Forms on my phone. Now whilst I did a brainstorm session to see if I could come up with anything else, nothing really stuck, so I just went with that. The mastering, on the other hand, was a bit more difficult. So I've just been listening to the songs so much and there's a problem. Don't get me wrong, they sound amazing, but when you play it next to an actual song that's out on Apple Music, the difference in volume is pretty big and we need to fix that. So I did exactly that, watching a tutorial and following those steps with my songs. And finally, the end was in sight. All I had to do was shoot the cover, which I was planning on doing the next evening, until I woke up and realized something that piled the pressure back on. With regards to Empty, Callie hit me back, but she hasn't said yes or no, so we have to change it just in case. Oh, this is gonna be so fire. I thought this was gonna be difficult. Well, maybe I shouldn't have spoken too soon. I spent so much time trying to make it work, but in my heart of hearts, I knew it didn't compare to the original version. When you create something in a moment, you can't replicate that. And since the first version didn't get cleared, I decided to drop 3 songs. So I shot and edited the cover, and it was time to get ready for release. Now to put this music out, I am using DistroKid. If you're a producer looking to put out music for the first time, then this is the best place to do it. It can get your songs onto every streaming platform, and it does it very, very quickly. Let me show you just how easy it is to upload your songs to the world. So number of songs, we're choosing 3. You can even set the time that you want stuff to come out on, and all we have to do is drag our album cover in. Then I added all the extra little details and we were done. Thank you to DistroKid for sponsoring this video. Once again, this is the best way to upload your music. If you're a producer doing it for the first time, use DistroKid, hit the link below, and yeah, let's get back into it. I'd have loved this challenge to have the perfect ending, but it doesn't, and that's okay. In the past week, I've grown so much as a producer, and honestly, I've never had so much fun making music. And I would just encourage any producer watching this to make songs. Make your own music for you and put it out there. It can genuinely change your life as a producer.